this is Ross Marquand. I'm here with Don. Want to say hi to Jimmy, Casey, Steven from the Dead Truth Podcast.
Hey everyone, it's Casey.
I'm Jimmy.
Dawn.
Steven. Oh, Steven.
And we have a special guest with us here tonight. David, want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm David Grayson. Some of you might know me by my YouTube, TikTok, or Clapper handle, The Walking David. And I do Walking Dead impressions, and I'm a longtime fan of the show.
Yay.
That's awesome. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
So, what's your best impression, man?
Rick,
Who you
I
like?
think by far.
Go and hit it up, man.
Hit it up. All right. We have to come for them before they come for us. It's just that simple. I know that's Casey, Jimmy, Steven, Dawn. They're out there. And any minute now, they're going to come right through those gates. With Glenn, Daryl, Abraham, Carol, all of them right behind them. Yeah.
Isn't he awesome?
Dude, that is so cool.
Go.
Just to hear Rick say my name, I'm like, whoa.
You got it, Casey.
Yeah, sweet. And while you were talking, David, I was staring at Don's Rick back there. I was like, that's so cool.
Oh man, I even have a little doll and Rick in that outfit. It's like one of the few Walking Dead things I have, and I didn't bring it. I should have just had it sitting right here.
That is
Because see,
so
they
cool.
haven't heard you, David. So this is like a first for them.
Really?
All right, this is
Okay.
a
I
great
follow
introduction.
you
Yeah,
and
this
I
is so
listen,
awesome.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been doing those impressions for a really long time. Like at least Rick, especially. I think I started doing that back in 2015 or something like that.
Wow.
And I mean, the show was already well into its run, and like the only reason I even practiced it at all was because I had a friend who wanted to do a YouTube review channel of a different show. And he was like, I think it's just going to be too hard to do by myself. I don't have a great camera and I don't have a good microphone. I'm like, just here, I'll show you. You can literally sit with me while I make a review of a show. And so I just picked The Walking Dead, and I like puns. So I said The Walking David was the name. And then I think like a couple of episodes in, just because I liked his voice, I just started trying to do a Rick impression, like in the reviews. And then it just kind of something caught on. Like it just, with certain impressions, you just have like a phrase that like cues you into it.
Uh-huh.
And then from that point on, I was like, I've got this down. And I just started doing it for anybody and everybody.
That is awesome. I'm seeing comments in here, and a lot of people recognize you, so that's pretty cool. Barbara's saying you do a really good Morgan.
It's okay.
It's okay.
In my opinion, I'm more critical on my own, but just because I've seen so many good ones, like even Ross Marquand is an amazing impressionist himself. So it's like, that's why I say it's okay. But
Right.
I do like doing Morgan. It's really fun for me just because you only have to say like 5 or 6 phrases,
Right.
sort of like pull the string on the Morgan doll and it says, like,
Uh-huh. Can we get
So-
it? Can we get it?
yeah,
or-
like, you can hear it. I know what it is. Dead people wearing live people's faces. You stole one of my candy bars. Casey, I know it was you. You had the knife. You had the gun.
Nice. Nice. Spot on. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's so
You
cool.
said you were an actor before the show. What all stuff have you been in?
Well, it's like a lot of the stuff has just been like independent films and things like that. Like I've had extra work for years on some things of note, but it's like, you know, like I was an extra Straight Outta Compton and Ted 2.
Oh,
wow. Recently I was an extra for like 11 days on Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon. You know, and that was a great experience, but it's like, in terms of like actually having roles, I would say like kind of these low budget features. Last year I had a couple of pretty good wins for me, which was like I got to be in my first Hallmark movie
Oh, wow.
in a supporting role. So
Has it aired yet?
no, I did hear recently from the director. He just goes, "I loved your scenes. You were funny and sweet and it exactly what I wanted." And I was like, "Thank God." You know what I
Awesome,
mean?
man.
I was worried he was going to be like, "Hey, we cut you out.
Right, right,
The movie is 65 minutes. It's way too short, but we had to cut you out."
right.
But yeah, so I'm starting to gain a little bit of traction. We're trending in the right direction after all these years. So
That's great. So I take it acting was a passion. That was your first love before the voice acting, or
it's really I don't know. I'm kind of a eclectic person, I would say. Like before I ever had any interest in acting at all, I thought I was going to be a doctor.
Wow.
Like I was a pre-med biology student at the University of Oklahoma for a while. And then when I decided after taking my very first acting class back in like 2010 or so, yeah, it was a class that I took because an academic advisor told me to. She just goes, "You're taking 18 credit hours. You're burning yourself out. Your grades are suffering. You need to drop one of these core classes and do something that's fun, that is enjoyable, that doesn't have a lot of stress, you know, like." And so she said, "There's an acting for non-majors class. So basically acting for people who don't want to commit to being actors."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll try that." But dude, I got the bug immediately. Like I just loved it. I always liked entertaining people. I just didn't realize how much until, you know,
Yeah.
people were wanting me to do it and I had to do it. And from that point on, dude, I started acting in everybody's short film that I could possibly be a part of. Like
Right.
I seriously was like known around campus as like the guy who will act in your film. Like, and so, and none of these people ended up being filmmakers. It sucks.
Right. No Spielbergs.
No Spielbergs. All these people are just like the guy at the office who goes, "I didn't really like Dune.
Oh,
I didn't really
man.
enjoy it." Like that's like what all these people are now. None of them make movies.
Right.
But I did like 50 like student films all around campus.
I've heard that's the best way to get your foot in the door, though. You do as much of that as you can and then build up a reel and send
Mhm.
that in.
Right. And
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely had like plenty for like a reel and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, I just, you know, was having a hard time kind of breaking through, or, you know, I wasn't, in all honesty, doing enough of my own research to put myself in the position to win. Like, you know, there were some people who were using like a casting website like Actors Access, which is like what a lot of actors submit on. And I was like, well, I don't need a website like that to help me. You absolutely do. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way you can. And especially now, everything is a self-tape because of COVID. You can't, they don't bring people into the audition room. They don't want to get Martin Scorsese sick and
Right.
have him, you know, get sick because of COVID. So they just, everything's online. Like
Yeah.
the last 2 days, I've filmed 3 or 4 auditions, all with a phone in a nice studio space with good lighting. And then I just submit it online, just constantly.
Nice.
So I'm always auditioning. You're just always hoping for that next big thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
You can
people
probably cast a
can't-
wider. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say people can't understand how complex it is to try to like I don't know, further yourself in the industry right now, especially like in Georgia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I even had at one point, like I had a small agent that was in Georgia, and she was so small, she was overwhelmed by even the slightest bit of submission. So basically, let's say she had like a boutique agency of like 50 people she represented. If a casting call said, yeah, we want all 50 to submit, she would just get so overwhelmed that she wouldn't submit people to things. You know what I mean? So although I had a Georgia agent, I didn't hear anything about The Walking Dead. I didn't hear anything about Atlanta or
Mm-hmm.
anything of it, like any of the shows that you hear about being filmed in Georgia, nothing. Like I think I auditioned for one movie with this woman after being represented by after being repped by her for a year. And it was like one line in a movie. And I was like, my gosh. But I literally submit to, I would say, probably 20 different things a week. And by the way, it costs money to submit.
Oh.
So yeah, so it costs money for them to look at your headshot and go, you're too fat. And then they just move on.
Wow.
It's $2 a pop just every time. So it's stressful, man, but
bet.
At least I'll say this, with that Hallmark movie, at least that might actually get me some exposure to some people, like at least to that fan base. So if they like you, they will be prone to using you again. They'll go, well, we know this guy can deliver, so we'll just go with this guy.
Right.
So that's cool. But
so is the best way to follow you on social media, and I'm sure you'll announce when you hear a air date or anything like that.
Oh yeah, like believe me, I'm a total narcissist and full of myself. Like I'll post it everywhere, you guys.
That's awesome.
I'll post it on TikTok. I posted some behind the scenes and stuff already on TikTok, like when I rapped and everything. Nothing that gives away the plot.
Sure.
It's that'll be super, super exciting, and I have another documentary that I did last year called Sherwood Forest that is going to play in a museum in Oklahoma, but it's also trying to be pitched to be a series, kind of like a Band of Brothers sort of thing. And I was like one of the main guys in that. And so you're always hoping that it gets picked up, because if it does, hopefully they'll go to us first and go, you were already in the documentary, you just want to do the same role again.
Right.
That's fingers crossed.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Hey, Miss Linda, we miss you. Yeah, we don't never see you before the show anymore. Linda popped in to say hi in the comments.
Hey, Linda. Hope you're doing good.
Hey, Linda. Well, I talk to her all the time, but
hi, Linda.
Hi.
Hey. Well, you guys ready to jump into the episode?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Can we talk about the week we had?
Oh yeah, I wanted to. I was about to say Jimmy might be busting at the seams to talk about some of the stuff he's had going on.
Well, I went to filming on last Thursday or Friday, and I get there and they got like a lot of extras coming in and out as far as the buses go, and then you had Seth come up and he went to catering and got some snacks or whatever, and went back, and then you had little Judith come out and she got her snacks and went back, and then I started recording, and I got a lot of stuff on there. Yeah. Some stuff was a little too much to mention on here.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah, but I mean, we got shared by it's a sports radio station. Was it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then we made PT's channel, which he's a YouTuber that has over 1 million followers.
That's
yes,
crazy.
I love PT.
Yes.
And,
we got shared by him, and we got mentioned. So mention PT's channel. If you want to go follow him, you can.
Yes,
but
he's
it's
great.
pretty exciting. After that was over with, I went to base camp, and I met Norman and Jeffrey, and they hooked me up. I got a Jeffrey Funko Pop.
Woo!
Nice.
And Norman,
I like the red marker.
Signed another Funko Pop.
It's not like he hasn't met them 100 times, David. It's like it's the
jealous,
first time.
jealous.
He hasn't met him with a red pen. That's
okay.
the difference.
That's a special kind of meat.
Right.
Which one do I get?
I can that's the only second time I ever met Jeffrey, though, Dawn.
How many?
That was special to me.
That's
The-
the only time. That's the first time you met him.
Second. I met him
Second.
Walker Stalker. I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, and then I met him that day. So yeah, it was kind of special to me. Dawn can talk all the crap she wants. I love her anyway. It's all good. But no, for the most part, it's a pretty epic day.
Yeah, man.
Like for the podcast, it really hit hard. So I was pretty proud of that.
No,
And
good
then for the
job.
actual episode itself, we went to the actual party and went to the viewing party at Nick and Norm's and watched it over there with Dustin and Jeff and Adam and everybody over there. So we had a really, really good weekend.
And Steven, come on.
Oh yeah, Steven. The reason why I didn't say Steven, because Steven's always there. He's always there. He's the man of the hour. He gives all the stuff away. He and his lovely wife.
Stuff and things.
Yeah,
Stuff
he
and
does.
things.
He's
Oh,
the man. So if you go to Nick and Norm's, you automatically see Steven. He's like
That's
that
right.
premium thing. He is the man of the hour.
It was hard last night, man. I think we made it a little bit too hard.
You know what? That one question stumped me really bad.
Which one?
It's what Eugene asked his girlfriend in the first.
Oh yeah. What the first line of dialogue? The actual
Yeah,
line
we
of
actually-
dialogue.
That's the only thing we messed up on. I think we finished second place because of it.
What was it? I don't know. Was it
It's
Tater
something
Bug?
like something tater bug. Yeah.
I knew it was Tater Bug, but I didn't
Tater
know what
bug, yeah.
Yeah,
Something
I don't
tater bug.
remember, but yeah, we got that one wrong. But everything else we got right.
Hey
it.
Bella,
There was
Bella,
Jeff and Adam giving you all the answers.
Bella
No,
just
Adam was in a different group than we were. We were I can't remember our name. You remember our name, Steven? The Grungy Bunch or something?
I don't remember.
Anyway, we finished second. We were runner up. It's okay. Adam and Jeff ended up winning at their table. I went over there and gave them hate mail. It's okay. It's okay. But we had a lot of fun. But the actual episode was really good. Let's kind of go over it and kind of talk about it.
Yeah, let's go over the episode.
There you go.
All righty. Well, I've got some screenshots. So the name of the episode is what? New Haunts?
I can't remember. I think it was.
Yes,
Here we go. We got the
yes, that's what it
screenshots.
was called because of the Halloween kind of
Right.
feel.
So what did y'all think about the introduction there? This opening scene.
I thought it was kind of cool. I like how they did it. The haunted house was kind of unreal. I liked it a lot.
Right. How soon did you know it was not real? Like right
Red
away?
second
Girl
one.
told me had enough.
What was that, David?
I said the very first second.
Exactly. There was a
in the-
weird vibe to it. Yeah.
Well, if you've been in some, at like in Oklahoma, we have Frontier City Fright Fest or something. You go in when it looks just like that, and I was just like, are they in a haunted house? Like this looks like a haunted house. And then when Daryl stopped him, I was like, well, I called that. But that was I feel like that's like a nod to something in the comic books. I'm not a big comic book guy, but
Mhm.
I feel like there's something in the comic books where they make walkers like in the far distant future, like a form of amusement, kind of like what the governor was doing, like they're fighting each other and stuff. And it's sort
Like
of
the
like,
arena.
look,
Yeah.
it's a wild zombie, like,
Well, they kind of do. They in the comic, at least, it flashes forward at the end, and I can't remember who it is that carry. It's like a traveling show kind of. They'll carry them
Yes.
around in like buggies and
Oh,
have
right.
like traveling shows. Yeah.
that's right. And in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, this is kind of secondhand knowledge, is Carl puts it down, like he kills it, and then he gets put on trial for killing one because it's illegal to kill them.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If
And
there's
so that
somebody's
was-
property.
right, that's what it was. It was his
Oh.
property.
That must be later in the series. That's crazy.
Oh, that's like the end, man.
Okay.
That's like the very end.
Okay. You know what this opening scene reminded me of is if anyone's ever done the Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios,
Yeah.
they had a Walking Dead haunted house, and I actually got to go. It was probably about 2015, somewhere around there. And so yeah, this was very reminiscent of that. Got a Horror Night vibe.
Mm.
And I love this walker when it comes in. Because I immediately thought Thriller, just the way he was kind of moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like The Weeknd.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he did.
The Weeknd came in.
Right. So I thought that was really cool. So then yeah, they come out of the haunted house and we get to see Jerry. Get to see my boy.
I thought it was an
The
extra.
twin.
It was Casey dressed up as a tiger. I had no idea.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
Right. And how fitting. He's dressed as a tiger, right?
That's how you should
Shiva.
cosplay, Casey.
Oh, I'm
for
so
one of
looking
the
for that
next
shirt
events.
already. I'm ahead of you, Steven.
And the mask.
I'm so trying to find that shirt. If not, I'll have to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Shouldn't be too hard.
yeah. See, from that angle, that looks like me. You wouldn't even know.
That's right.
Yeah.
You should for real be his double.
I wish. So then yeah, we see that this is day 30 in the Commonwealth.
Time jump.
Yep, little time jump. And I took a screenshot of this scene because I thought this was an interesting scene because this kind of reminded me of Woodbury, like when they had ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like things we take for
Yeah.
granted. So
Yeah, Casey, remember? Because we wanted to stay with the governor because he had ice.
exactly, he had ice. I'd have stayed.
Yeah, but
And,
still, like this is on a whole nother level. Like she's never even experienced cotton candy at all. They had experienced
Yeah.
ice back then.
Good point to that, Steven.
Yeah.
That was the other take I had on this scene is with her age, she's never had cotton candy. So her face she makes, you can just tell she's like, what is this? You know? So I thought that was
Yeah,
pretty
but-
cool.
That was pretty
That's-
cool.
Every time I see children on the show, I keep thinking about like when Rick first got to Alexandria and they were like close in on his face, and that was supposed to be how you knew when a place was good or not, was because Woodbury didn't have any children playing or anything like that. It was just silent.
Ah,
Yeah,
then
it was
This place has children visibly playing. You're not even just hearing them; like you can see them clear as day.
yeah.
and he could
because-
hear them laughing. Yeah,
Right, because that was the thing about Alexandria is you could hear children's laughter,
Right.
and that's what makes him get out and bring Judith in, because he said, "I have to get to the gates, and then I have to take the chance and bring my family in, but I'm going to do it." And turns out it was a good decision, sort of.
Right.
It was a good decision then. Now,
Right.
Alexandria's having a little bit of a rough week.
Right. No, I like that. That's a good observation. I thought this scene was pretty cool, right? little cosplay. We got to see a Mercer cosplay.
yeah.
Um,
And Monica was saying that was
Kari.
whose daughter? Kari's daughter
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
in real life. Yeah,
In
Mhm.
IRL, nice.
I had no
Um,
idea.
So the prize she got was this lottery tickets. They haven't really touched on this yet, and I'm sure they will. What y'all's theories on these lottery tickets?
Well, I'm pretty sure the lottery gives you a chance to go to those galas, those balls.
Ah,
Because at some point later on, when she's trying to kind of like skirt answering the questions that Connie's asking, she goes, "Oh, allow me to introduce you to last year's lottery winner. This is her
Good
first time
catch.
at one of these balls." And she's like, "Hi." And then they just walk away.
okay. I missed that. Good.
Either that or it's chances for them to move up in the different levels. You know what
Like a
I mean?
tier.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like a cask type thing.
Mhm. That's true. Like how they have to work your way up to the better apartments.
Right. Like
Mhm.
maybe if you win the lottery, that's when you get to, like you said, to go to those galas and you get the better apartments and maybe the better jobs and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
Maybe we're all throwing theories out. I don't know.
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
'Cause you
think
know-
this was anything in the comics or anything like that. They didn't have a
No,
lottery.
yeah.
I don't
that sounds
recall.
weird.
Yeah. So here, yeah, we see as David alluded to, you see Connie. She's talking about her reporter job.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Get to catch up with them. What y'all think about this scene?
This was awkward.
Yeah,
Yes,
we've been saying that these
They're
last couple
always
episodes,
awkward.
David.
Yeah.
No, this relationship just doesn't make any sense at all.
Thank you.
So-
We're a little iffy about this ourselves.
And don't worry, people. I would happily say that to both of those actors' faces.
Right.
Like if I said, I'll be like, "What? Why? What did
Right?
you think of when you read that script?"
I don't know if it's the actors or just the. I don't know if they're supposed to be awkward. I feel like they maybe are. I don't know.
Could be instructed
I
to do
think-
that.
I
They
Rosie
really
does.
mesh really well.
She's always kind of awkward in her relationships. I mean,
Totally.
that she's super awkward in relationships. I don't like that they've kind of made Rosita this like town pump, like that just everybody sleeps with at some point. And now that she's in this huge place with all these options, I feel like she's just going to ditch Father Gabriel. I feel like that's why they're making it more and more awkward, is they're trying to make it go like they're not right together, they're not good together. But look,
Right.
she was a good teammate to this guy that we're about to show a screenshot of
Mhm.
in the war games or whatever the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where they're trading with Mercer.
she
Yeah.
gonna,
Because-
she gonna get with Eugene.
you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna pull an Abraham, probably. What exactly would happen to her when he just goes, "I thought you were the last woman on earth, but you
Right.
weren't."
Right.
And she's gonna do that to Father Gabriel and repeat
Yeah.
the cycle.
Now she's in a whole city full.
Yes, now she's in a whole city full of Gabriels.
Right.
There's
It's
plenty of
interesting.
handsome priests walking around.
One-eyed handsome priest.
One-eyed handsome priests.
Oh.
Yeah. What about this scene, guys? This
I
kinda-
watched a YouTube video that was on YouTube yesterday, and it was saying Ezekiel, because he has cancer, he's giving everybody everything he's got.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and it really made a lot of sense to me. Like he's giving her this because he don't think he's going to be around.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. And he does that more in this episode. This whole episode, he's just
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of trying to give stuff away.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was special, man. Shiva always has a place in my heart, from the comics. I
Same.
mean,
Yeah.
to the show.
And I like how they said that Jerry's the one that went back in and got it. So I like that.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Secret Agent Carol.
I
Yep.
love Carol.
Yeah, it was good to see Carol back in action. She's
Yeah.
snooping around, as she
that's right.
said.
When she ain't killing kids, she's already snooping in.
Stop it.
She was
Oh,
she was like barely hidden behind that file cabinet too. When dude came in, she was like just barely
Right.
there, like,
Making cookies, looking at the flowers, snooping Carol. Those are
There you
her.
go.
getting people
Reading
You
killed.
guys just reminded me that's why I have this screenshot. Actually, notice what she is carrying.
Yeah,
Cookies.
Cookies.
Tray
Yeah.
of cookies.
tray of cookies.
Don't put her by the kids.
And then
I'll
when
put
she
it near the
bumps into the
flowers.
guy, to steal the keys, she's got a handful of flowers.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Yes. I like that.
So.
So yeah, that was a good conversation you had with the doctor, because the doctor comes in and no patient confidentiality evidently in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, and I had a question actually for you guys. Is
Yeah.
that what do you think the Commonwealth did to that doctor to make him be a doctor again? Because if you remember, he had told Yumiko, "I'm happy with this life, being a baker and working and making cookies and stuff, because when you're a doctor, they don't seem to live very long. They abuse them because they need them all the time, and it's a stressful job. Like I'm happier this way." And then like while they're saying that, all of these soldiers just pick him up and drag him off, and then cut to this 30 days later, and he's like in scrubs and he looks miserable and exhausted.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe they had lost a doctor.
Well, or they forced him to be the doctor.
Oh yeah, they definitely forced him. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I think they probably said for your sister to be here or whatever. I think they brought Yumiko
Oh,
to
yeah.
do it.
I
Yep.
think they were going to kill him if he wasn't. I think when you come in, you have a specific job, and if you lie about it, they'll offer you
Right.
in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it was either a direct threat or the sister or both, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
There's some underlying that's not quite right about the group. We're going to
Oh
find.
no. Oh no.
And just a quick random question: is anybody else's camera doing that glitchy thing, or is that just mine?
It looks like it's just yours.
Yeah, but it ain't that big of a deal. You can't.
Yeah,
tell.
it's not. It's not cutting your audio, so we can definitely.
It's added in post for effect.
Right.
Right,
You-
yeah.
We thought you was Neo off the Matrix. You get
Yeah.
Right.
Or Mac-
Many of you are getting this stream. Please get this to Daryl.
There you go.
Love it. Love it. So here's that training, David, you were talking about.
Yeah.
It's
This
like
is pretty
training
cool.
day. Like
Training
training day,
day,
with
right?
Denzel.
And like you were saying, this was like a lesson on teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
so they go in pairs of two with only one knife. So you know, I like how they focused on Rosita and her partner, right? Doing it right. They were taking turns killing walkers. And then solo Daryl here.
I'd rather have Daryl for a backup than Rosita.
True that.
Well, it was like Angela Kang was saying after the episode, Daryl thought that it was like the gesture to leave him the knife and go.
Right.
He thought he would be fine. You know, he's used to, you know what I mean? People
Right.
being able to hold their own. So he thought he was generous by leaving the knife and just figured dude could come, you know what I mean?
Right.
Come out of it.
Not everybody's Rick, Daryl.
No doubt.
Or anybody from the main group.
It just
Well,
shows, right, how BA
How
that
tough.
main group is. Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah, like Rosita takes the walker's leg off and stabs it through
Oh
its own
yeah,
face.
right there. Oh,
Right there.
great scene.
That was pretty great. I kind of wish Daryl had done that just to see
Right.
how vicious he could be. You know,
Well, I
like-
want to know why they don't do that more. I mean, like,
It makes sense.
yeah, I mean, if it's that easy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
you'll never run out of walker legs.
right?
Plenty of those around.
Yep. Yeah, that was so cool.
Princess.
In case, audience, in case you forgot that her nickname is Princess,
Right?
we decided to put her in a princess outfit. Just in case. You know, it's been a few months.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the
Frog?
fact that she worked at a record store, though. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was neat. That suits her really well. It was nice seeing her hair washed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently, she becomes like a housewife from New Jersey when it's not.
Right.
It's huge.
The Real Housewives of the Commonwealth.
I'd watch that show.
I liked that they picked like the Motorhead record because that's one of Norman's favorite bands.
Right.
That
That's
was
cool.
a perfect song, though. Eat the Rich. I thought that was awesome.
Yes.
hmm
Yes.
Yep. Oh, this was Carol's little side mission.
The wine. Yes.
Mhm.
But by the way, do you guys? This might be overthinking it, but I feel like they called this Vincetti's because Frank Darabont in the very first season, I think his family name or something was like Vincent, and he had it on a truck. It said it like on the truck that they got to get out of the mall. It's in like episode 2 or something.
Mhm.
Oh,
A nod to his family. And I feel like they did that here as well. I feel like Angela Kang did it as a nod to Frank Darabont.
nice. That'd be cool. Oh, that's cool.
That's the first thing that came to mind. I might be wrong. I'm sure somebody in the chat will disagree.
That would it would be cool because they're not on the best of terms. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah, because I mean, Darabont walked away with a lot of money from him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and some of that stuff I think is just going or just wrapped up. Like some of that stuff, But,
Last year, I think,
yeah.
yeah.
but yeah, the wine cellar, that was a house that when it showed the outside of it, that was a house in Sonoya there
Oh, was it?
on CB Street. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Cool.
posted that on my location trivia today.
Oh, you
Nice.
did?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You gotta take me out there next time I'm in town.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah, it's right in town.
Nice. But y'all, do y'all remember why she was getting this wine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lance.
Because
Yeah,
Lance,
she
Right.
was buttering him up, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Because
she was getting leverage.
Mhm.
Mhm.
For
Right.
Ezekiel
To bump Ezekiel up their
in the surgery.
little healthcare plan they got going on over there.
I think it's going to backfire on her, though. I don't think it's going to go over very well.
yeah, like I think it'll go over well at first, and you think she's going to get him moved up the list, but then he's going to say, "Listen, I'll just take him off the list if you don't keep doing these things that I want you to do." Like it'll never end. She'll basically
Mhm.
just become this guy's right-hand man by mistake.
Right. I'm
So she'll
wondering.
have good intentions, but she'll end up having to do something really, really bad that is hard to reconcile. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yep.
Because he just won't let her off the hook. Because it's like a loan shark. You're
Mhm.
always paying interest. It's
Right.
never over.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, from some of the spoilers we've been seeing, I mean, he's still around. They might have got him to the top of that list.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Well, I
never
can
know.
say this.
I always avoid
filming as of
spoilers.
the other day.
At least
Was that Jimmy?
He was filming as of the other day when I was there. He was there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
well, there goes that mystery.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Some of us
Okay.
don't live in Sonoya, Georgia, so
Right.
Hey, what,
Right.
what would Rick say on this whole thing, Mr. David?
try not to spoil any more for those of us who don't live there. I've been gone for the last couple of years, but I still like a good surprise every now and then.
Right.
Every now and then. But
That's so cool.
They were awful relaxed with that though. They could have been filming out of order, or they could have been I
Sure.
don't know. They could have been like throwing in some stuff to throw people off because they weren't really chasing people off like you would think they would. on
Right. That
kind of
did seem a
scene.
little odd, didn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes, I thought so too.
What if it was a total mock filming? and
Like,
it
like
was-
right, like filming alternate ending kind of thing.
yeah, like
Yeah.
show it just to show.
yeah, or
Mhm.
they show people like they did like when Rick had his kind of farewell episode or whatever, like when they bring Sasha back, you know what I mean? Like
right.
say like 4 lines or something, and she's just in flashback or dream sequence, you know what I mean? Like they
Mhm.
I just mean like a big troll to throw everybody off. Just have one day where they go out and just film some nonsense. with
Right,
people
right.
That are
I mean,
already
that's
dead.
fair enough.
And like PT pointed out, some of those were like the doubles and stuff. So you know what I mean? Like
That was kind of weird seeing Norman's double. I'll be honest with you.
I wasn't gonna say who.
Oh, it's out there. I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he posted a picture of him and Norman on his Instagram from that day. So I mean,
Yeah, me and Dustin
it's
actually
out
went
there.
back to the same bench and take the same picture. We was trying to do the same.
I saw that, dude. That was a good shot. Yeah, you guys recreated that well.
Yeah, it was funny.
So how about this scene? I thought it was kind of funny how he's going through their weapons and kind of mocking.
Yeah.
I can't stand this kid, by the way.
These weapons are pathetic
Right.
because I'm such a cool guy.
He reminds me of like somebody on that movie Dirty Dancing that's a member of the club. That like, you know what I
Oh, yeah.
mean?
Yes,
Like
yes.
there was that one guy there that was always trying to hit on the chick,
Right.
the baby chick. It reminds me of like that dude.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
definitely the spoiled
He-
brat of.
This guy is what Ron from like Jesse and Ron and Sam, that little family, you know what I mean, who got
Mhm.
eaten, and Ron who shot Carl's eye out.
Uh,
If Ron grew up,
yeah.
that's this guy.
Yeah.
It's just
Did you all see? Wasn't he supposed to be at the camp? This actor, I think of
oh,
his
wait, is
name.
it?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm telling you, like I said last week, he's probably the nicest dude.
Yes.
probably, yeah. He's like this show's Joffrey right now.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, this is like his little special training. I forget what he called it.
Special forces exercise or
Something
something.
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Military exercise.
Right. That was
And what he-
weak.
What he proved, he kind of sucks at everything he does.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cheesy. So here's the party we were talking about earlier. And this was kind of sad or funny depending on how you look at it, but Lance is coming in and everybody's clapping and having a good time, and he at first he thinks it's for him, but we soon find out it's for the guy behind him.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Mercer.
I loved that, man. I've been saying like what happened to like the professional sports players, you know what I mean? Celebrities, the
Celebrities, right?
NFL, NBA players, like, but not that he was a celebrity or sports player before. Has it said what he was for sure?
Oh, what Mercer was before?
Yeah.
I can't remember if they said it.
Somebody
on the show.
said he was probably a beat cop. I think Ezekiel said that, but I don't think he
Yeah.
ever said whether he was or not. But this is like, I think Angela Kang said this too, but he would be like a celebrity. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like a
Like a pro
top
athlete.
general. Yeah, totally. It'd be like American Gladiator, I guess, kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't Beta? Beta was a country singer before the apocalypse.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was a country singer. In the comics, he was an NBA player.
NBA player,
Yeah.
right?
And I thought that would be really cool, like to keep that in the show, because that was the reason in the comic why he was so tall, but he was yet really fast and coordinated. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, I feel like Mercer says to Ezekiel, like when they're in the train car and he like invites them into the Commonwealth and says that they're members. I think he comes up and he goes like, "For the record, I'm not a beat cop. I was a something," and I can't
I
remember.
think
what
he
he
does
Ah, what
too. Yeah,
I
I
think he
thought
said-
I thought that as well.
Yeah, it was something. I can't remember if he went into detail. I think it was just a
Right.
quick one
Have to
line,
look
like
that
I was
up.
a football player.
Right. I'll have to look that up. So yeah, this was a classic, right? You're not on the list,
Yeah.
but she's with me. Then the party got interrupted.
I like that, man. I think I'm with the resistance as right now. But I think that Commonwealth is bad from the top. I don't think that it like everybody's bad. I think it's just the top brass that
Yeah.
are crooked.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think about her saying I'm with you? Do you think she was saying it just to let him let her go, or that she was
I
really
think she's a part of
resistant? Yeah.
I really
Gotcha.
do.
Yeah.
Well, we've never got the question on why her thing was on that board is missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a sign of her saying missing on one of the teasers or the trailers or something.
Oh, okay.
So something's weird
yeah.
with her.
Well, I mean, have you guys already talked about this? I'm pretty sure that, if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to be the real Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's
Yeah.
been that theory going around. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because that's why you see like her every now and then, like we'll catch a glimpse of Eugene and kind of be like, oh, like, but that begs the question: has Eugene been trying to advance with the other Stephanie? You know what I mean? Like, are they paying her to be like, yeah, sleep with him,
Right.
keep him at bay? Because there's prostitutes in the Commonwealth. I don't know, like, you know.
Or she's pumping for information. They're wanting
Right.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess Eugene's also a virgin, so it's not like he'd press the issue that much. He wouldn't even know what to do. He's like, I'm sorry, I got nervous.
Yes.
I think if he found a library and just kind of peeked and looked, I think he gets the concept, I
I have watched the act far more times than I'd care to admit, but
guess. There you go. There
That's
you go.
awesome. That is so awesome.
You know he had the internet back in the day. You know how it works.
Right.
yeah, for sure. Just him and his internet.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so he flees, and it was Pamela's son, right? Gets him. Actually, Daryl's the one that got
Daryl,
him, but then he
yeah.
hands him over to make him look good.
I think that was a mistake on Daryl's part. I really do.
Yeah,
You
but he
think?
got a nicer apartment and allowance for Judith.
Yeah, but still, I think it was a mistake. He's letting down his guard too much.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Yeah, I think it's going to backfire on him.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah, I think the way I would imagine that they're setting it up, I mean, like as a writer myself, I feel like they're trying to set it up where he makes that decision, like a very pragmatic decision. I'm going to let you do this so that you look good and then you get off my ass. You know what I mean? But he's going to kind of like Carol, he's going to start trying to do that. And then eventually, because his life becomes better and easier, and Judith gets more access to things, and he just forgets kind of where he came from. That's what it
Mhm.
feels like they're trying to set up.
Ah, I can
Which
see
is
that. Kind
where-
of lets his guard down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how it would explain why when you cut to that 6 months later and Daryl comes up to the hilltop and he's like pissed at Maggie. It's like because he might at that point be like full on board. They're trying to build up him getting completely converted over to that
Right.
side.
Right.
Even and that might just be like a red herring, just so it's like I was deep undercover. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's what it is. He's gonna fake it until he makes it, and then he's gonna regret making it, and then he'll go back to being the Daryl we like.
I can see that. Okay.
That's what I would guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I
on
think
this
he's-
scene, Mercer, right, sees it. He looks at Daryl and he's like, "Yeah, whatever, guy."
Yeah,
It's like, what were you gonna
I
say,
was-
Steven?
Oh no, I was just saying. I think Daryl's scheming. I think he's scheming for real.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
him and Rosita kind of gave each other that look. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Like I don't think he's all in. I think he's wanting to get as high as he can to take it down from the top. Like I said, the top is where it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
well, and that's what I'm saying is that I agree with that. I think
Yeah.
that's where he is right now. But I feel like the whole point is as he gets higher up the ranks and he gets more influence, people are going to start to really question where his loyalties lie because it's like, listen, you've been, regardless if you are against them, your actions say otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And we can only go off of your actions because you're not telling us your plan. Because if Daryl's a loner, he wouldn't tell you his plan anyway. He doesn't want you to mess it up. So
Right.
well, kind of like on the trailer too. Maggie says, "You trust them now," in the trailer. So, that's a
Yeah.
good point.
Right. That is a good point. What do you guys think this was all about? So after the party and they're kind of breaking everything up, looks like there was some money being exchanged here. They're putting it in envelopes, and I think it was like hush money or
Or
Yeah.
info for, is it for Connie? Was it for Connie or? I can't
no?
remember.
I think Connie saw it or was about to see it, and then
Okay.
they rushed her off.
I just had a thought that occurred to me, and maybe I'm getting too meta with it, but I think they might be paying those people because they were actors. So they were acting like they supported Lance and
Mhm.
Pamela and Mercer, when in reality they were just paid off so that people would think that they're loved. You know what I mean? Because they're clapping, there's a red
They're
carpet.
faking
You're
the
making it a political
yeah.
play. You're trying to make it seem like everybody's happy, and then you go into the party, and that guy's like, "This place sucks. There's not ice cream like they said there was." And resist the Commonwealth. There's no ice cream here. I've never
Right.
seen. That's not cotton candy. That's NyQuil in air form.
Yeah. That's
So they might just be
interesting.
paying
I
them
like-
off.
Yeah. Nice. So Carol went to go see Ezekiel, and we talked about this earlier in the episode where he was giving up Shiva's leash away. Here he has a gift for Carol.
ain't that his son's ashes though? The kid that died,
Henry's
Henry's ashes. Yeah,
It ain't Ezekiel's son.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They basically had them together in the Walking
Yeah.
They-
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, I
Like a
think
doc-
that
Yeah,
I
that's
think that was his ashes. That's what
I
they.
thought it was like some of his things.
I thought it was a box of his things too. I don't
I
know.
don't know. They mentioned in a video I was watching, so I kind of was asking. I don't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was stuff of his, and just kind of, I don't know.
I heard stuff and things.
Yeah, stuff and things.
Thanks. But I should have a podcast that's just called Stuff and Things.
Yes.
There you
Right?
Just do the Rick voice for an hour and a half straight.
Put it on a loop.
Yeah.
I would follow.
Right?
Yeah, I know that the Walking Dead people would for sure.
That is
like
awesome.
finally.
That is awesome. So here's a shot of the two.
I thought that was a sweet moment.
Mm-hmm. Drinking the wine.
Man,
Whatever. I miss those Negan and Maggie moments.
Yeah, they're cute. By the way,
I will say Melissa McBride, like she is such a phenomenal actress, and it's like
Yes.
for whatever reason, some scenes she doesn't pull out all the stops, but in this one,
Yes.
for whatever reason, she just was so great. Like her getting teary eyed and not crying, but do it like she was
Just at the, yeah.
as an actor phenomenal. I just
Yep.
appreciate everything she brings to the show.
Yep.
Regardless of what they're doing with her character, she brings a lot to the show.
Yeah, I love this scene and the scene she had with the doctor earlier in the episode. Yeah, those
Yeah.
two scenes killed it. I thought this was a cute little picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She kind of looks like one of those girls from The Shining.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly. Yep.
Uncle Daryl.
Uncle Daryl, right?
Is this Rick approved, David? What would Rick say on this?
What, you're dressing like them now? What, you think you're a part of this? Listen, you're either one of us or you're one of them. You can't be both. I thought you said you were just going to try to give Judith an allowance. I didn't know you were going to be a stormtrooper.
Love it.
I like how they got the Batman hooks too.
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that on the other one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
Mercer's
one.
got them too. I think they all have them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That is funny. So here's kind of this is funny. I think this is where David's saying he's gonna start stuff.
Yeah, what are you in love with the Commonwealth now? I mean, like, just because they gave you a record, you know how many records we saw while we were out there on the road? I found the original Nirvana record just sitting on the ground. Nobody even touched it. I used it as an umbrella
Right.
and a frisbee.
And he's got a barn door behind him.
Yeah, this is this should be a meme or like a, you know what I mean? Like this
Right.
picture, like caption this, you know.
Right. Yeah, we need to do that. Throw that up on our Facebook page.
Yeah, you'd be like, why isn't this laptop working?
This is the worst computer I've seen since '95.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I see it, I think of Titanic. Paint me like one of your girls.
Right? Yeah, it, does look- yeah, it totally looks like that. There should be like someone should edit it. You know what I mean? Like Photoshop it. If I could, I would. Where it's like you're looking over his shoulder and it's just like a picture of Rick and him, like hugging. He's just
Yep. That's so hilarious. And then Jimmy, you said Motorhead, or was it you, Steven? Say how the song just cut to this. It was a nice little transition.
Oh yeah.
So they're raiding. I'm assuming it's that guy's apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused at first, and then I saw all the posters and all the writing and all that, and
Right.
put it
So
together.
Rosita finds a hidden door in the closet, and here's
And this is all connected with World Beyond and Fear too.
Ain't that CRM though? Ain't that what that is?
How?
yeah, I think so.
The air flight suit.
This is all
Yes.
this.
CRM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a for sure thing?
Yeah, it's been
I'm
it's
pretty positive.
Yeah,
yeah.
And here's another thing she found.
that looks
Well,
like
that's just Commonwealth, right?
Yeah, that's Commonwealth. That's
yeah.
different
But the
though.
one on the window is the CRM.
Mhm.
Right.
That one.
Oh, the pilot.
Mhm.
Yeah, the pilot.
Okay. Nice. And so yeah, it's got the wheels turning in Rosita's head, right? She's starting to go, what's going on here? Either that or is what's Gabriel up to? I don't know. I don't know what
He's
she's
sacrificing that baby
right. I better go
Yeah,
get my
to
kid
the
back.
Commonwealth gods.
All right, that was it for that. So overall, what did you guys think about this episode?
I thought it was like an 8+.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Don't is everything's
A plus,
I don't know about that.
8+.
8+.
Mhm.
8+. I'd give it a 7. It was, which is good for me. That's good
Mhm.
for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I can't go into grade or at 8+, but it was
It was good. It was good.
It was good.
Yeah. I'm inclined to agree with Steven. I would say like a 7, like a 7 or a low 7, just because it's like I'm one of these people that I watch the show, and because I love it so much, I try to be honest with my opinions about the show. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like certain directions that are wrong to take it, and it's like I would have no problem with saying that to any of the people on it, because it's like, well, listen, you guys, like some of these choices are weird, just straight up weird, and you're not pulling them from anywhere, so don't act like it's the source material's problem. I mean, like
Mhm.
you got the outfits for the Commonwealth, right? You know what I mean? So we know that you've seen the comic books, but
I'm the same way. I'm usually one to be a little negative on it. I mean, but that's just because I love it, and you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, it's not
Right.
saying I don't like it. It's just that I don't know. I'm like you. I'm not gonna say I like it when I wasn't as impressed with an episode.
Yeah, and in this episode, I mean, I would say that the last episode had a lot more punch in some scenes and was
Yeah.
better edited and had more realistic actions for the characters to take. And this one kind of the editing is so jumbled around that now they're having to put text on the screen every time they do a time skip, because you can't just tell that time has passed. Like
Right.
it's becoming so
Yeah.
difficult to tell how much time has passed in this world that they're like, screw it, we're just going to put it on the screen. All right,
And
like,
man, they love using those little time skips, like back and forth,
Yeah.
back and forth, back and forth. But I
Right.
mean, coming off of that last episode, this one, it'd be hard to top that last one. But
Yeah.
for the third part of this last season, I don't want it to be like that. I mean, really, for the rest of it, I want each episode this is our last season. I think each
Right.
episode should top the one before it, since this
Right.
is the last one.
sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Oh, I mean, Casey looked like he was going
Oh,
to say.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, because this, normally what it's 16 episodes. So yeah, you're going 24 episodes this season. So you gotta go out with a bang. Don't add 8 more episodes just to drag everything out.
Yeah.
And
Keep
here's the
trying to
thing.
top the last one.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, and somebody else was saying this, one of my friends was, and I agree with them, which is, in all honesty, they wanted to do 12 seasons, but ratings have waned significantly because of
Rick.
weird choices, killing off a main character, people
Yeah.
leaving the show in droves, trying to get out. You know what I mean? Like that's just the way it is. Like Lauren Cohan left to go do that show, and then when it didn't do well, she came back. But if it had
Right.
done,
You
well,
can't
she
even.
would
I
never-
can't even remember the name of that show.
Whiskey.
Whiskey,
Tango.
There you go. I lied.
Whiskey Cavalier.
Whiskey
There you
Cavalier.
go.
There you go.
I almost said Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, but
Right.
but it's so because of that, instead of doing 2 seasons of 16 episodes, they'll go, we'll call it one big season, because people won't watch another season.
Right.
They won't watch the 12th season. Like our returns have diminished so much from these last few years the amount of people that we're going to get to watch the next season aren't really there. So if we just add more episodes, call it one season, then people will stay because it's the final season. They want to see how it ends, but they're not going to deal with another one.
Right.
And it's like, it makes sense from that standpoint, but then the fans of the show were left kind of holding the bag going, hey, you're putting a lot of filler in here that doesn't need to be here. Like
Right.
the last 6 episodes of 10C or whatever were
Right.
done just to fill in the time, because they go, if we don't have those released, then it's going to be like a year and a half, 2 years between seasons, and we can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We have to keep the interest going. This is the worst time to have no episodes. So they filmed episodes during COVID using only like 4 or 5 actors, which is why they're in a train car. That's why there's an episode where Daryl just pushes a bike and Carol makes a bad thing of soup.
Yes, we did not
We
like
hate
those
that
episodes.
episode.
Yeah, those 6
That's-
episodes.
I like the
that
Negan
show.
episode. I
The
did.
Negan one, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's an
Negan
exception.
and Robert Patrick
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
episode. Those are the only 2 that
Yeah.
were episodes. The rest of
Right.
it was just
Filler.
Mhm.
Way
Home
bad
Sweet
filler.
Home wasn't that bad, but I don't think it was meant to be one of those. I think it was going to be part of the original, and they postponed it to be part of that, like the opening.
Oh,
opening
okay.
one, the first one.
Oh
Yeah,
okay.
maybe so. I that one, for whatever reason, that one's not sticking out in my head. Those 2 that we mentioned, like, were significantly, like, noticeably better.
Yeah.
Where they clearly just had like, well, this is a really good story that the Here's Negan is, they've been wanting to tell that story for a really long time, and so they had a lot to work with, and then plus using Jeffrey's actual wife to really hammer that emotion home worked really, really well.
Right.
You know what I mean? The dialogue was a lot better. It was more natural. Those actors got to be themselves, because Negan wasn't a caricature in the past. He was a normal guy.
Mm-hmm.
And as a normal guy, he was flawed but interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he wasn't a spoof. You know, when he first shows up, he's like a wacky, like, hey, yes, bosom, how I do for you. It's like he's just all, you know, enigmatic. Like, but like I'm with you, Steven. I think that the way I told people it should happen is you should have just these killer middle 8 episodes. Bring Rick, have a Rick movie between
Yes.
the second grouping and the third grouping. Have that tie into the last 8. Close this thing out. Close the book on it, and then never open it again. Like, just stop doing it. You know what I mean? And it's just because, like, you got to end this strong, man. Don't do a Game of Thrones. Don't peter out. Don't hold on to money and go cheaper and cheaper towards the end. This is where you need to finish strong.
Yep.
Yep.
Because this is what people are going to remember you for. You end it really crappy, people won't even rewatch it. They'll just go, knowing where it goes, I won't watch this.
Right.
Like Game of Thrones. Nobody who loved that show up until seasons 7 and 8 will even rewatch it now. They go, I know where it goes. I don't want to watch it anymore.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
And I don't want that to happen to the show. I think they
Right.
still have a chance.
Yep. We've
So-
talked about this on the show. What do you think about Rick being on the show? Do you think they'll save it for the end, or he'll actually be in a couple episodes?
Well, I mean, I'll say what I hope and what I think they'll do and what might actually happen. So it's like, I hope that Rick would at least come back for 3 episodes, not all 8. I don't think that's feasible to get him back for all 8. And I think if you have him back for too many of the last few episodes, it'll lose its punch.
Mhm.
You need it to kind of keep that fire burning the entire time he's there, and don't overstay his welcome, because then people will wonder, why did you wait so long to bring him back? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And also you need enough time to hopefully get a movie in there. I really do hope that they get a movie in there. I mean, you need that. That will reinvigorate the viewership for those last 8 episodes if you had a movie in there.
Right.
It'll 100% bring some people back who thought that they wouldn't come back because of Rick. The Rick fans who left when
Yeah,
come
but I don't see that movie coming out until the series
Right.
is over.
After,
Which-
yeah.
which is painful. You know what I mean? It's kind of like with, not to spoil some of these other movies, but it's like with Avengers Endgame and then going back and making a Black Widow movie.
Right.
And you're like, What's the point? Like, what? Like, we already
Right.
know what happens.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a terrible way to do a movie where you're like, I'm going to make a prequel to a movie where I already know exactly how this character dies or ends or whatever. It's like,
I've been saying the way I think it'll be is he'll come back for like maybe the last couple episodes or maybe just the last episode, and he won't like really go into where he's been, and somebody will ask, and that's where it'll end, and that's where the movie it'll tell what happened up until then with Rick. I'm afraid that's what they'll do.
I would be okay with that. Okay, because he comes back at least at the very end. But if you don't have him at the very end of the show, then you're going to have a lot of people going, man,
he has to be there.
I think they know better. I think they know better. I don't think
it has to bookend. I think you were kind of saying that, David, and I agree. It has to bookend. Rick started it, and Rick has to be at the end.
And he better wake up in a hospital.
Yeah, and it better not be some Dallas waking up.
No, they can't do that. Dude, if they did that, that'd be the biggest implosion of a television show ever.
Right.
I think AMC and the showrunners know they have to fulfill this for the fans. Like I don't think there's any way around it.
Yeah, they got a lot of pressure.
And here's the thing: sometimes they fulfill things for the fans for the wrong reasons, and it's not necessary. The Rick thing's 100% necessary. 100%. Bringing Morales back to have Errol neck him shoot him in the neck with an arrow like that's dumb. That's because everybody goes, maybe Morales is Negan. You know why? Because I saw him use a bat in season 1. He used a bat, and so he might be a bat. It's like that was super dumb. Like bringing back stuff like that is very dumb because they just wanted people to shut up and stop talking.
Fan service.
Yeah, it was fan service, and it's bizarre to think that it's like, yep, they took the exact same road, and now he's on Negan's side. Like he went all the way to Alexandria and found this random dude the exact same way Rick is finding this random dude. Like, come on. Like that doesn't even make sense. You're just doing it to tie off a loose end that nobody needed to know because 80 people said, I don't know what happened to Morales.
Right.
But this show still has a really solid chance of ending it on a strong note. And I do feel like these episodes at least feel like they are setting stuff up and that will pay off. Mm-hmm. But I agree. Like it feels like filler again. And we've gotten so accustomed to seeing them do 5 or 6 filler episodes and only having 3 or 4 really big ones in a season that we're like, please don't do that. Don't keep dragging it out when we only have, 14 episodes left? Mm-hmm. Yeah, please don't do that. That's so that would end with a whimper, you know what I mean? If that's what you keep doing.
Yep.
Because something's got to give. Somebody's got to die. Somebody's got to discover something. Somebody sees a note that's written by Rick and remembers his handwriting. You know what I mean? Something.
Right.
Come on, anything.
Right.
Something.
But I was going to say this. The only reason why that Rick thing is super, super important is because, as we all know, Carl, didn't make it. So because of that kind of painted you into a corner where it could have ended like a comic book where it's Carl reading a story to his kids about his amazing father. Mm-hmm. But that's not an option. Okay. So since that's not an option, we don't have Jake Gyllenhaal playing a grizzled Carl in the last 5 episodes.
What about Judith? Do we have
Judith?
Or Judith. Oh, yeah, I guess you could have Judith, but it's also like it would have been nice if Carl was reading it to Judith.
Yeah.
I keep getting distracted by Jimmy's crotch shots over there. What are you doing?
Yeah, Jimmy, what are you doing?
My thing keeps collapsing. I don't
Jimmy always thinks this is his OnlyFans site.
Well, no, my foot started hurting, so I moved my foot, and then my little halo collapsed.
Sure.
And I try to pick it back up because my neck's hurting. So when I picked it back up, it collapsed again. I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna bear with it. It's fine."
So, since David was talking about maybe visiting Georgia, like Steven and Jimmy, tell him what you all do there, so he can come visit you.
Yeah, please.
Go ahead, Steve. I'll let you tell him first.
Oh, why you always put me first, man? You always do that.
Man, I'm backing you up, boss.
We run water tower tours in Sonoy, so we have golf cart tours where we take you around, show you the locations, give you some backstories, insider info, stuff like that. Just a good time, show you a good time. And then Jimmy does the same, but he's somewhere else.
I'm in Harrelson, so I go over stuff from season 3, Governor Rick's meeting barn, and where Merle died as well, the Governor Rick's fighting barn.
Yeah.
We got a feed mill there. We do a lot of stuff with kind of like gunplay. Basically, we take a lot of pictures and everything, have a lot of fun. So mine's more interactive. His is more informational. It's a lot of fun.
So yeah,
like
you got the best of both worlds. If you ever come down, come holler at us.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like I want
Yeah.
to meet all of you guys, and
Yeah.
the closest I've even gotten to meeting any of the main cast was I worked with Jeff Kober on a pilot. The guy Joe the Claimer who gets his neck bitten out.
Oh, okay.
I worked with him on a pilot, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, you're like one of my favorite villains on the show." And he's like a total hippie. He's like the complete opposite of what he is on the show. Like
That
he's
is
the
cool.
sweetest guy, and he was talking about like tantric, meditation. Like it was crazy to see the difference. He's so not that
Right.
guy, which shows how good of an actor he is.
That guy can sing really good. Have you ever heard him
Yes,
sing?
he can.
Yeah, he
Yes, he
can.
can.
Wow.
The thing that I was working on with him, Rick Springfield was also working on, and like in
Oh,
between
okay.
takes, they were
No
just like
way.
singing together. Like, yeah, it was.
That's crazy.
It was a very
I've seen him in
bizarre trip.
concert. He's come out here.
And when I was living in Los Angeles, in Burbank, Kari Payton pet my dog. Like I was on a walk with my dog, and he like did a full, King Ezekiel. Like he's bald, but he's like did a full King Ezekiel, and he's just like, "Ha, this one's full of life." Like he said something,
Nice.
and he like pet my dog, and I was like, "See you later, Your Majesty." Like I acted like I didn't know who he was, and I went, "Your Majesty," and he
Right.
just like he did a big
That's cool.
cheesy grin, like you shit,
Right. Don't tell nobody.
I knew you knew who I was, but I will say this on TikTok, one of the coolest things that happened, Walking Dead related, was that one of my videos, somebody downloaded it off TikTok, put it on Twitter, and Norman Reedus like laughed at it. Like he just put a bunch of ha 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 like underneath one where I did Rick, Daryl, Morgan, Negan, and Eugene.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, so did Norman actually see this, or is you never know. I mean, some of these actors probably don't manage their Twitter, but I think Norman does.
I think I believe
he always is on his phone engaging with people, from what I've heard.
That's pretty cool.
I'm hoping if I ever went down to Georgia or something like that, and the cast happened to be there, that they would have recognized me from doing all those impressions of him.
That'd be sweet.
That's such a goal. Like I want to know that Andrew Lincoln has seen my Rick Grimes, like more than anything. I want it so bad. I've had so many people say like, "Oh, if they do a video game or an animated show, if they can't get Andrew, they should get you." And I go,
Nice.
"Dude, I would do it in a second. I'll do his ADR for the movie if he doesn't want to."
Right.
Like, please AMC, for the price of a small cup of coffee, you can make this David's dream come true.
Right.
Oh, thank you,
Awesome.
Rosita.
Barb's asking you to do Negan. You do Negan as well?
I do a little bit of Negan. Yeah. Let me see here. I'm trying to think of something to say. You are creepy as shit coming up here on this podcast, sneaking up on me like that. And Dawn, you've got some beach ball sized lady nuts, and I just want to harness the heat off of them.
Nice.
I'm trying to think of, oh yeah, I should just who else do I do?
You didn't do Daryl.
Oh, I haven't done Daryl. Oh, I should do the hair thing since I got it all
Nice.
anyway. Let's go.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Your first drink ain't gonna be enough peach schnapps. Get out of here with that.
That was funny.
I love it.
That is so awesome.
Is Daryl? Rosita loves the arm throw. She always loves that arm throw. But
Cool.
guys, I'll say this. Thanks so much for having me on this.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Thanks
been
for coming, man.
building it up, and it was super fun, man. Like, I
Yeah,
hope
send us
you-
all your social stuff, and we'll share it on the site there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Where
absolutely.
can find you at on TikTok? And,
Yeah, if you are, you can do at The Walking David, all lowercase, all one word, or you can do David K Grayson, Greyson. It's another way you can find me on TikTok. I kind of has like two names in one. On YouTube, my YouTube channel is called The Walking David, and
Nice.
I have some videos on there that I had started doing, but because my computer crashed, I couldn't keep up. But I was doing Rick reviews where I review the episodes in Rick Grimes' voice the entire time.
Awesome.
Oh,
So you guys
wow.
might enjoy that if you haven't seen that yet.
Definitely.
And I have all kinds of stuff from like my acting and film stuff, behind the scenes videos, other impressions, and re-uploading some TikToks from the past on there. So
Nice.
definitely give that a look-see if you haven't yet.
Definitely,
That's
man.
right, TWD family out there. Go follow David. Go support
Yep.
him.
Yeah, we got some awesome fans out there, so you'll probably have some new followers pretty soon. If they
Yes.
haven't
There you
already
go, yeah.
follow him. And yeah, man, appreciate you being on the show, and thanks for your insight on the Walking Dead episode. That was awesome.
Yes.
Love your
Appreciate-
angles.
I appreciate it, you guys. I love talking about this show. There's so much potential with it. And just like everybody, I just want this stuff to end with a really big bang. You know what I mean? Let's go out
Yep.
strong. It's all about how you close. Let's close strong.
Yep.
And even if we waver a little bit, we can have a killer ending to the show, and then we'll always have this amazing series. So shout out to the Walking Dead family and everybody, and all of you guys for having me on.
Yes, and you'll have to come back and visit.
Oh yeah,
Coming
for
on.
sure.
Definitely,
I'll be
yeah,
back.
definitely.
I'll come back.
Definitely. Jimmy, you got anything to close?
No, I'm tired.
He's had a wild day.
I know you've had a
Man,
wild
Dustin
day, man.
really wore me out last week. I'm not playing either. I had a big tour this morning, and then I hung out with Jeff, Adam, and Dustin the rest of the day. We went to Elder's Mill, Griffin, looking locations everywhere. I literally was eating dinner that little restaurant next to Nick and Norm's night, and I raced home to be on the show. I am not even rested. I am tired.
Oh,
Get some
dang.
rest, man. Get some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven, you got anything to close with?
No, not really. Had a blast tonight, guys. Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for tuning in,
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, go subscribe to my YouTube channel too. Clip it up with the sweets.
Oh yeah.
Yep. How about you, Don? Anything?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I'll play our sponsors video.
And a big shout out to our sponsors, Walking Dead Tours and Events, AutoWrapsPlus.com, Water Tower Tours, Abraham's Army, The Camp, Survive the Night, Horror Nation, and Walking Dead is freaking amazing. And we'd like to thank of our patrons for supporting the show. And if you would like to support the show, just go to patreon.com/thedeadtruth.
Thanks again, David. And thank you all for tuning in. Y'all have a good night.
See you
Bye,
guys.
guys.